And so the white arrows indicate the direction of traffic of cars through the parking lot to kind of keep it moving. The place where the cars would actually be unloading in this unloading zone, I figured I'd put it in the back corner of the parking lot to try and keep all the food drive traffic not really near where the town hall's main parking area is right in the front. Uh, so to keep that out of the way, I decided it would be best to have it, in the back there. So we'd unload the food from cars, get it there. We'd have a group of people unloading the food from the cars, and then a group of people bringing the food over to this other area, this blue area here highlighted as a sorting zone, to kind of sort it like soup, beans, because I know beans are big, so beans is going to be a probably a whole uh, uh, like section kind of. So it would be people sorting here, and then there'd be another option to kind of I'd put out like an email almost so people can email that email when someone could come to their house and pick up the food, because I know in the pandemic it's not like everyone's going to want to be coming to the center of town and you know meeting up, so everybody would be wearing masks, but uh, just to have the option to have someone come to your house and pick it up, so that you're not interacting with anyone, to kind of do like a anti-touch social distance option just for people who wanted that. And I think this would just really benefit the oh god, I zoomed in, benefit the food bank heavily, especially after the busy holiday season. um and then there was an idea to have kind of a donation option. So we could set up, like, I know the troop has a Venmo, so we could say, hey, Venmo, if you want to do a donation, you can Venmo um the troops Venmo, and we'll allot those funds, and then present the town with a check to either get food for the food bank, for the make get shelves or something to kind of organize it a little bit more. I think that's pretty much all I had. So
Did you have an idea of what date?
I was thinking either, oh, let me check my calendar. I had a weekend that I thought would be good um for this year. So I was thinking January 9th and 10th, that Saturday, Sunday, to kind of, because I have to go and get other signatures, and just to make sure that I can get it done um in that time frame, I set it back a weekend further than I would have wanted it. I would like it, the second or the third, because it's closer to the holiday season, right after that rush. But the 9th and the 10th um, would provide me to get more time for, if at the council level, if there's more like delay with getting a signature. Um, so just to have that cushion there would be nice. So that 9th and 10th weekend would probably be best.
9th and 10th. I think Laurel's going to try to get together a list of probably the most needed items. So if you
Okay.
could publicize that
Yeah.
with what you do, because I think right now the shelves are looking pretty bare. They've been stocking the Christmas baskets over the last couple days, so it's very timely. Any questions from Vinny or Erica?
Hey, Nathan, just a couple suggestions. I think this is a great idea that you're doing. Uh, Keep in mind that you may want a snow date for a backup,
Yeah.
okay? And if you start running into the end of January, that we have a pop-up the last Friday of the month that's at the church. So just keep those two dates in mind.
Okay.
But whatever you need, if I can help you out, just reach out to me. I'd be glad to give you guys a hand.
Okay.
Erica?
I don't have anything to add. It sounds like a good idea, Nathan. Just like Tom said, check in with Laurel and see what's needed. Work with her. She's got the most knowledge of what our town needs specifically.
Yep. Okay.
And I think just to add, I think I emailed a little bit to you, maybe something for safety, if you need safety vests for the people collecting the food. Because, you know, the traffic going through the
Yeah.
parking lot and all that. We have plenty that you can use. We can get those to you.
Okay, and I know the troop has a few, so I'll
Okay.
let you know if we need any more.
In cones or whatever else you might need.
Yeah.
Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
I'm gonna try something a little different here. I realize everyone on the call can probably do this poll. Can you see the poll?
Yep,
All right, if you want to hit that.
I did.
This is kind of practice for the town meeting.
Okay.
I can't see it because I'm on the phone, but
Oh, nice job.
I know, sorry.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Thank you very much, Nathan.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you, Nathan.
Good luck on
Thank
your
you.
project. If you want to swing by some point, just I'll get you a signature.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Yep, no problem. Goodbye.
Bye. All right. What was next? Yes. Fire company pension. We have Lou here to speak to it.
Okay, as many of you know, because the old pension stated Morris Volunteer Fire Department, we have to redo it because it's specifically named that name. So it has to be redone. I'll give you a little history. The old one went into effect in 1994. We bought back 10 years at $5 times years of service with a $30 max. With this new one, we would like to go, we would start 2018, which is the year we were incorporated, the new department. We'd like to go 15 times years of service with no max. And the reason for no max is you get a young guy, he joins 18 or 20 years old. By the time he's 50 or so, he's maxed out. He's not getting any more pension. And he's still very useful to the town. So it encourage some long-term membership with some people, I would think. And that was about it. If anybody's got any questions, it's basically going to be the same plan as the other, except them few changes and, you know, some typos and name changes and like that.
So this is kind of in keeping with area towns that do offer a pension.
Yeah, the new amount is the exact same thing as all our surrounding towns have, but they're going to be going for an increase. And I feel I think that would be more than enough for us because, you know, we have the abatement also. So I think, and the department thinks that would be fine.
Okay. I think, obviously, if any questions or comments, I think from here, I think the Board of Finance should really run this past the town attorney and also get it down to the actuary through the pension commission for them to look at and make comments on. There may be some adjustments that they feel need to be made, given that this is, what is it, since 1994, some of the language may have to be amended and changed. But Erica,
And the actuary can give you some long-term costs too. And so the Board of Finance would know how much to budget.
correct. Yep.
Oh, let me ask, is this a rough draft that you're submitting? Right now?
Yes. Yeah, it's got to go to the actuary really and
Well-
the attorneys to, you know, make sure the wording's right. Because like Tom said, that was 1994, and you know, maybe with laws, maybe some things have changed.
Well, one of the things is that, doesn't this have to go to the ordinance committee so they can present this as an ordinance to the town? Because when the new
Right.
fire department took over, the old pension was dissolved. So
Yeah,
we
but the old one, there was no ordinance. I think the new one may have to have an ordinance,
Does
but
have,
the old one was not an ordinance. It was a vote of a town meeting.
well, I think the new one has to have an ordinance put into it.
You might be correct.
And if you go through this draft, and I'm not criticizing anybody, because I know it was kind of a scratch and paste thing, but there are some dates that aren't scratched out.
Yep.
Effective dates. Not a big deal, but when we submit this to the ordinance committee, it should be pretty firm.
Well, before this even goes to the ordinance committee, this is gonna go through the town attorney. It's gonna go to the actuary, so we have everything like in place and ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, the only other, there's two things that stick out in my mind. And I checked with surrounding towns, like Bethlehem. We're eliminating our 30-year max. Bethlehem still has theirs in place. I mean, 30 years, I don't think you're gonna find anybody, Louis, I mean, you're an exception. You got in when you were 18 and, you know, you're still in, active member. I don't know if that's a big deal anymore. 30 years, I think most pensions will max out at 30 years. The other concern I had was there was a article in there that you took out if you passed away as a pension,
Yes,
50% would go to the survivor.
that's something I think we really need to look at because even the town pension is that way. If you pass away, your survivor only gets half the pension.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's an all pension. Even my
Now
union
that can be
pension.
negotiated.
Well, it may be with the fire company, but right now your union's already signed in on that.
Yeah, but and
You,
down the line or this
Right.
one, it's something that can be discussed and
it's
yeah,
just,
just for me, for instance, if I pass away tomorrow, my wife's gonna get 50% of my pension after 42 years. Kind of don't seem right.
no. My pension, if I passed away, Joanne would have got, probably the same thing.
Yeah.
And
That's the way they were years ago, but that's something to look at.
Okay. I'm not,
Yep.
it's not a game breaker for me, Lou. It's
Yep.
just something that's a change in there and it's a.
Yeah, it's something to be discussed and
Yep.
see what we can do with it.
Okay. But if you're looking for a recommendation to move forward with this, if you need that, I'll make that recommendation.
Okay. Erica?
Yeah, I have no issue. Send it to the town attorney and have it dialed in or whatever, the language cleaned up. But I have no issue getting rid of that 30-year max, and it makes sense to incentivize the long-term membership anyway.
Okay.
Now, can I ask Louis a question?
Sure.
Hey, Lou, my memory's not that good, but on the bottom of the page, they have the Morris point system,
Yep.
and I'm not questioning that, but do you remember, was the pension that you had to be firefighter certified or an EMT?
No, pension,
No.
you just got to be an active member and do 100 points.
That was just for the abatement though, right?
Yeah, the abatement, you
Okay.
got to be a firefighter or EMT
Okay,
and then do so much training, so many work details and meetings, the whole bit.
okay, yeah, I wasn't sure, and I knew
Yep.
you would have a better idea. And then on the bottom of the page where those signatures are, does that have to be changed before we submit this?
What signatures?
Well, on the bottom of the pension, it's
The
signed
one
by,
that's on screen now?
yes.
Well, that was the Board of Selectmen at the time.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do we have to change that now for the new selectmen?
Yeah, all the new selectmen would have to sign it.
So when you get a final draft of this, we'll sign that?
Yes, yep.
Okay,
Okay, I'll get this out to Ryback and talk with the pension commission to get in touch with their actuary to have them review it.
and the Board of Finance?
Once we get that all set, yeah, they'll take a look at it because we
Okay.
need to know what the numbers might be moving forward. And first, we got to talk to the actuary.
Sounds good.
All right. What's next? Town meeting. I've been kind of holding off on a town meeting just because of the whole COVID thing and it ramping up once again. But I think we're gonna have to move forward probably in January. We do have the Board of Ed member. We need to get onto the Board of Ed. There's a couple other items that we should really take care of. The governor has allowed boards of selectmen to pretty much circumvent a town meeting for some of the items, but I feel we should try to get everyone involved, bring it to a virtual town meeting, maybe a hybrid, depending on how the COVID numbers are at the time. And so we can get forward with some of this the business that we have waiting. It's, you know, like one ordinance for selling town property has been waiting probably for 6 months now, or if not longer. So I think in January, maybe at our first meeting, we can set the call and then have what will probably end up being a virtual town meeting. Any questions or anything that you'd like to see put onto the town meeting call?
How about that snow ordinance, Tom? Pushing snow into driveways, into the roads.
I'll get that to the ordinance committee.
Yeah.
So they can review it. That's one we've been waiting on for a while too. Another one that's kind of come up more recently is the baiting of wild animals, and it's become a huge problem up in Barkhamsted and up in that area. So that's something we'll have to send to the ordinance committee too for their review. Yeah, we'll get those out to them.
Were they working on a blight ordinance also?
I haven't heard about the blight ordinance. I
Okay.
know planning and zoning has been trying to do a little more about some of the problems in town that we're having, but they are limited just to the regulations, and I don't think they regulate blight at this moment.
Okay.
But we'll try to get that out or ready for our next meeting. Refunds abatement. Did we have some? Oh. Did you see the refunds and abatements?
I did.
Okay, it was total $978.24 or $978.24. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll
We'll
make
make
that
the motion.
I'll second it.
I'll second it. Whatever.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions. Library Board of Trustees. Let's see. I think I might have had a poll here. Although Erica can't do it.
Sorry.
Well, I don't. We do have two openings on the Library Board of Trustees. Nancy Lundquist stepped down and Ginny Williamson stepped down. And the library board met. They came up with two recommendations, Diane Boisvert and Carolyn Maselli.
So I have no problem with the library board's recommendation for committee members, but I would like to see at some point maybe the process being changed and posting that there's vacancies to maybe get, more people engaged and involved.
Okay, yeah. Get the word out there.
Just to get the word out, because you don't know who's waiting for their, a moment to jump in. I just feel like open the pool a little bit.
I will mention that to the library board. Well, there will be an opportunity next November because both of these terms will end at the next municipal election, or actually the date would be 11/21/20. No, 22? 21. I'm sorry, yeah, November 21st, 2021. And then new people would be on the ballot at that time for these positions.
All right, well, I'll make a motion from recommendation of the library board to put these two members on.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
All right,
Aye.
now we have a new chairman of that board.
I haven't heard who the new chair is yet.
I believe it's Maureen Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, I talked with her the other day. She didn't mention that, but I'll reach out to her.
Okay,
All right. I didn't have any correspondence. I don't know if anyone else did.
no,
Nope.
And what's the last? Public comment? Is there any members of the public? I don't see him yet, do you? Well, seeing none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Aye.